Hi, all. Happy Tuesday. If you're a subscriber, you may be getting a sneak peek on Monday since I'm recording this a day early for tomorrow's newsletter. But either way, hi, welcome. This week's focus is going to now, don't just turn it off when you hear this now. It's about self compassion, and it is not only why it is important, but also how do I do that? So first, let me say, so many of my clients that are high achievers, perfectionists, those that are focused on productivity and achievement and all of those things, right? Have a mentality, and I've heard it over and over and over and over again, that says, Nance, if I am not hard on myself, I'm just going to turn into a lazy ass and just not do anything. If that sounds familiar to you, if you think that you need your self-criticism in order to propel you forward, I want you to really, really think about that. Because if you're already that type of high achiever, super committed, and all of those things, really, I want you to think about that. Would it really be taking a day, a month off to address yourself or take care of yourself, or, these things of not being so hard on yourself? Do you really believe that you have it in you somewhere, that you have the capability of just dropping everything? Really, being honest with yourself. Do you have the capability of totally turning everything all the way around and not being able to focus on doing better or more or better quality or whatever that is? I suspect it's pretty much baked into you. I suspect just saying, oh, Nance, you have a real lot on your plate. It's okay to say no to a couple things until you get caught up. I suspect that that's not going to make you just lay down and just eat bonbons and watch soap operas. Wow, that's aging myself immensely, isn't it? Anyway, sorry, I'm cracking myself up. I don't know if I'm cracking you up, but I'm cracking myself up. So really, seriously though, how do we go from that thought of that's, well, because we are black and white thinkers, if we are those types of overachievers, perfectionists, and things like that, notice how that black and white thinking of either I give more than I'm capable of, or I will give nothing. That's that black and white thinking. That's a thinking trap. That gets you into trouble, and it is not what reality is. Reality is not, you've heard me say it a million times, you always have more than two options. Always, 100% of the time, you have more than two options. And so let's investigate what those two options are. Okay, so that's one reason why we need to practice self-compassion. The other reason is brain science. There's now data. There is now data to show that when we are hard on ourselves, and really think about that for yourself now. Let's play a game, right? So let's say, you did do something wrong. You hand in your report late, or, whatever, right? So, or you're running, you've already procrastinated and now it will be late or whatever else, right? So when you're sitting there saying, you freaking dumbass, you're never going to get this in on time. You've already screwed it up. You're already a loser. I don't care how much effort you put into this, it's still not going to be your best. So you already screwed up. You're a mess. You're a failure. Just give up. Or even if you don't say give up, you're saying everything leading up to that. How open to creativity and possibilities are you when you've already made the decision that you have failed? When I'm using those words with you, I'm asking you to tap into your body. How does it feel? Does it feel like you're capable of moving mountains? Or does it make you just want to give up altogether? So notice how that phrasing matters. The language we use with ourselves matter. there is some degree of either opening to possibilities or closing ourselves off from possibilities. Like I said, there's always more than two options. There is a spectrum in between those things. But notice, are you, more than halfway on what side? Of being open to possibilities or being closed to possibilities? Can you see your options, or does it feel like you've already failed? And so if you feel like you've already failed, what kind of motivation is there to push? What kind of motivation is there to slow down and do a really great, detailed, creative job? So now let's try scenario number 2. Nance, it's looking like this report's going to be late. Yeah, we procrastinated. The kid was sick this week. That in turn, took away all these hours. I was planning on working on this report yesterday, but the kid ended up homesick, and other people are asking things of you, and then you had that emergency meeting just all of a sudden pop up during what was going to be your work time, and because of all this, you're like really stressing out. You're not getting good night's sleep because you've been so anxiety ridden about this. Nance, let's just pause for a minute and let's look at the actual situation, the full situation. You have a lot on your plate right now. You have unexpected surprises that are taking energy and time and focus away from you. It makes sense. It makes sense that you're running late with this report. It makes sense that you're really cutting it tight. And yes, there is a possibility you'll be late. But it makes sense. You are human. If your best friend came to you with the same exact situation, how would you feel about them? What would your advice be? It makes sense that you're feeling overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, it's hard to focus. So, let's take a moment and breathe. Look at the big picture. And what are my options? What are my options? Well, I can just power through it, stay up until it's done, and just have another night of not sleeping. That's an option. It's a legitimate option that you might choose. I can give up and avoid talking to my manager and deal with it later because I don't have the bandwidth to deal with it now. I can, right now in the moment of awareness, ask for an extension. I can lessen the quality of the details. The quality of the details. I can lessen that so that I can get through it quicker. And then again, give the little caveat of, hey, if you need more than this, let me know. I can reach out for a meeting with my manager to discuss with them what their preferences are for me. I can reach out to a mentor if I don't feel comfortable with my manager. I can reach out to a mentor or a coworker. I can ask for support from a coworker. That guy that I helped, a couple months ago with his stuff, let me reach out to him and see if he can help me with this. Notice how when we slow down, take care of ourselves first, look at the big picture, look how many more possibilities there are to choose from. There's always a way forward somehow if we're able to look at all the possibilities. So notice which one is more open to possibilities, which one is closed, which one throws us into action, quality action, not just busy action or more avoidance, but action towards completion of the goal. Just notice how each one feels for you. And so that's the how, and really that second part of the how is the why. You just take a moment, or not that, no, why. Why was first, then how. Sorry. Switch. So the why is the brain science, and the why is open to possibilities, and the why is all of those kinds of things, and the how is what we just practiced now. Speak to yourself as if you're speaking to one of your kids, your best friend. Speak to you as if you're speaking to someone that you really care about and you don't want to hurt. Speak to yourself like someone that you don't want to hurt. And then see what the possibilities are from there. That's it. That's all you have to do is admit that you are human. And you're just like all of us. You do have, things that get in the way. And we all do. 100% of us have things that get in the way from time to time. And it's not a proof of anything other than you're human. So, let me know, as always, how this is landing. As always, share it with someone that might need to hear it. And as always, give me your yabbits. Give me that, yeah, but Nance, you don't understand this one. And let's see if we can figure it out together. I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great week.